Very good morning to everyone. Today we are going to start a very beautiful chapter, Silk Road, from your book Hornbill. Students, it's one of the best travelogues written by Nick Middleton. And as the title suggests, it means Silk Road. So first I'm going to explain what do you mean by Silk Road. Dear students, in ancient time, from China to the Middle East, this particular route is famous for trade, okay, for the business of Chinese silk. So, silk business was very popular at that time, and this is one of the trade route. We can say that this is a trade belt, and people used to travel from this route. That's why it's well known as a silk route. So it had a historical significance, and that is why Nick Middleton once had a thought to visit Mount Kailash, and that's how he decided to take the same route, Silk Road, and he started his journey. So, this chapter is about the narrator's journey from the slopes of Rau to Mount Kailash. So, Rau is one of the places. Mount Kailash is, it's a famous tourist place as well as had a religious significance. Okay, so here these words are given. One is ducking back, swath. Okay, these words you write in your notebook. It's a very important word. Ducking back, swath, care down, maneuvers, carrying of rocks, salt flats, and billowed. So these words will come in the chapter, and I'm going to explain the meaning one by one. So the protagonist or the writer wanted to go to Mount Kailash to complete the Kora. He hired a driver named Setan. So spelling is Tsetan, but we will pronounce it Setan. He was driving him up to Mount Kailash. And the chapter started like this. A flawless half moon floated in a perfect blue sky on the morning. So, flawless half moon night, flawless without any kind of, um, points or some kind of, no, no sign, nothing is there. The flawless moon was floating in the blue sky on the morning. We said our goodbyes. So they started their journey. Extended banks of cloud like long French loaves glowed pink on the sun emerged to splash the mountain tops with a rose tinted blush. So the mountains were rosy. Okay, so the mountains were also very rosy and they were very much looking pinkish in color. The atmosphere was very cloudy. Okay, lot of clouds were there, and these clouds here were compared with the bread, loaf of bread piece. Okay, so the long bread shaped and baked in one piece, that's loaves, Loaves, and thus the clouds were looking like loaves. Very nice um, explanation of the atmosphere. And protagonist was heading towards Mount Kailash to complete the Kora. Kora is a revolution. It was a morning time. He witnessed a beautiful half moon in the blue sky. The clouds looked like French bread, which glowed pink because of the sun, which spread a slash of rays on the mountain tops. It looked like a rose tinted blush. Ravo and Lemo. Okay, so these two characters are there. Ravo and Lemo said she wanted to give me a farewell present. So when someone leaves, we give them the present. That's known as farewell present. Lemo is a woman. We are not having an idea that who the woman was, but She wanted to present something to the writer who was going for a tour. And one evening I did told her, though through Daniel, that I was heading towards Mount Kailash to complete the Korah, and she did said that I ought to get some warmer clothes. So she knew that warmer clothes were needed there, and she gifted one long sleeves sheepskin coat. Okay, so it's a very good coat she gifted him after ducking back into her tent. So the word ducking back has come here. What do you mean by ducking back? It means going inside and then coming out. Size me up means to look at someone attentively. Clambered means move or climb in an awkward way. Drogba means shepherd. So, after ducking back into her tent, she emerged carrying out of the long sleeved sheepskin coat that all the men wore. Satan seized me up as we clambered into his car. So, when we move or climb in an awkward way, yes, he declared, Drogba sir, shepherd sir. So, we took a shortcut to get off to Changtang. Sitan knew a route that would take us southwest. So Sitan was well versed with the route, and he told him that they can reach the destination only if there is no snow, and they can't know that until they will reach there. So, this is how they have started their journey. Second paragraph, we took a shortcut to get off to Changtang. He knew the route that would take us southwest. If there is no snow, what was the likelihood of that? I asked, not knowing still unless to get there. From two gently rolling hills of Ravu, the shortcut took us across vast open plains with nothing in them except a few gazelles. So now the word gazelles have come. What do you mean by gazelles here? So gazelles means an African mammal with large eyes that moves quickly and hoofs. Okay, so this is a kind of mammal. We from the gently rolling hills of Ravu. Ravu is like a place. So they went there. That would look up the nibbling. Nibbling means take a small bite from. The arid pastures means green lands and frown before bounding away into the void. Arid means having little or no rain. Okay. Further on, where the plains into view, Satan told us we were approaching them long before they appeared. Kyang, he said, pointing towards a far off pall of dust. When we drew near, I could see the herd galloping. So the herd galloping means they have seen something, and what's that? Let's uh, identify. Galloping means uncontrollable manner someone is mocking. Herd means a large group of animal. Maneuvers means military exercises. Plumes means trials. Billowed means filled with air. Okay, billowed. So plums of dust billowed into the crisp, clean air. So, this was the atmosphere. They have come across lots of animals, military exercise. As hills started to push up once more from the rocky wilderness, we passed solitary drokobs tending their flocks, sometimes men, sometimes women. These well wrapped figures would pause and stare at our car, occasionally waving at me past. When the track took us close to their animal, the sheep would take evasive action, veering away from the speeding vehicle. So, as hills started to push up once more from the rocky wilderness. They passed solitary drogbas, tending their folks, and we passed nomads, dark tents, pitched in splendid isolation, usually with a huge black dog, a Tibetan Mastiff, standing guard. Okay, so this is very important. Mastiff means a black dog, Tibetan dog. These beasts would cock their great big heads when they became aware of our approach and fix us in their sights. As we continued to draw closer, they would explode into action, speeding directly towards us like a bullet from a gun and nearly as fast. Very good expression. So here means evasive means slippery. Veering, V-E-E-R-I-N-G, veering means to change direction. Shaggy means bushy or hairy. Flocks means a group of birds. So this is very important that they witnessed nomad stands were dark in complete isolation, and they fixed the Tibetan dog standing as the guard, so they are guarding them. They fixed their gaze on the approaching car and ran behind it as a bullet fired from the gun. So these shaggy monsters, okay, now the shaggy monsters, Blackner, then the darkest night, usually wore bright red collars and barked furiously with massive jaws. This is the explanation of those dogs. Now page number 76. Now mastiffs means strong breed of dogs. Glinting means sparkle or twinkle. Meanders means to follow a winding course of a river or road. Okay, so very important. Now these bushy creatures were blacker than the normal black color. So they are more blacker than the normal black, who wore a bright red collar, and they barked angrily at them with big jaws. So this was there, and then see this para. By now we would see snow-capped mountains gathering on the horizon. We entered a valley where the river was wide and mostly clogged with ice, brilliant white and glinting in the sunshine. The trail hugged its bank, twisting with the meanders as we gradually gained height as the valley sides closed in. Beautiful expression again. So there was a narrow steep mountains. The snow was deep beneath its icy top. Daniel said that they turned their car over, and this was nearly about 5,515 meters, and cairn of rocks means the pile of stone or the top of the mountains. Festooned means decorated. Ascent means climb or upward slope. So see this one, this line. By now we could see snow-capped mountains. So they have climbed and they can see the snow-covered mountains. The turn became sharper and the ride bumpier. Citan now in third gear as we continue to climb. So Citan was a driver. He was very skillful. So he was driving in third gear. He checked the tires of the vehicle. He stopped at the petrol tank and partially unscrewed the top, which emitted a loud hiss. The lower atmospheric pressure was allowing the fuel to expand. It sounded dangerous to him, the author. Maybe, sir, Citan laughed, but no smoking. So he asked him not to smoke. And this is how they were doing. It's a very beautiful chapter. Please read it along with me simultaneously and just make your notes. A swath of the white stuff lay across. So, again, a new word. What is the word? Swathe. Swathe means a long strip of land. Of the white stuff lay across the track in front of us, stretching for maybe 15 meters before it petered out and the dirt trail reappeared. So, this is how you have to read the entire chapter, students. Okay, carrying of rocks. See, I'm going to tell you the difficult words now, one by one. Carrying of rocks. Can you see on the other page? Page number. Carrying of rocks means the pile of stone on the top of the mountain. Festooned means decorated. Okay. And one more word is used here. Flinch means throw. Lurching means listing. Vestiges means a trace of something that is disappeared. Laden means loaded. Brackish means slightly salty water. Okay, so these are the important words that are used here. Grim means ugly or grey. Venerated means respected. Accumulated means gathered. Cosmology means science about the origin and development of the universe. Flanks means sides. Forge means put together or build up. So just write these words meaning. Filthy means dirty. Rag means scrap. Confinement means detention. Stark means plain. Sensitive means pure. Okay, so this is quite a long chapter and I am going to make my audios also for further understanding. Please follow them.